Alright, we back out here today. Today we're about to attempt the thermostat change. I got this board warner. In order to change the thermostat, I believe it's just 1, 2, and this bracket will come up, and 3, and it should have released. You just gotta undo this, pull it back. I already undid these sensors. And you also gotta undo right here. There's a rubber hose in the back, and I believe it's best to actually pull this, you can see it like this, a rubber hose right here, small rubber hose. This is a clamp on the front, and there's a clamp back there, so I'm gonna try to get to this one and probably pull it off instead of the front, I think, but we shall see. Actually, I might do the front, looks easier, but let's do that. Let's get it. All right, so you can see what size it looks like, a 14-ish. This extension. Let's try 14. Nope, small. It's probably 17. Nope. All right, so I got this off, and all the diagrams I saw and everything says the water, the thermostat is in here. It's not in here. It's in here, motherfucker. I'm almost certain it's in here based on the diagram. There's definitely nothing in here, and you can't even fit a thermostat in there because it's actually like too shallow. And I put this bolt back on, so I'm not going to take it back off. But on certain cars, I have to check. I don't know which models it is, but this is an 88 560 SEL, and on this model, I was looking at other diagrams, and I'm like certain the thermostat is in here on the side thing to the radiator. So, and these are 10 millimeters screws right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's 1, 2, and guess what? The third one's way back here somewhere. Like, I can't even show you. I just have to feel for it. So I'm hoping that I think this is a 2-inch extension, and the 10 millimeter will get it. The problem is the alternator is all up in the way, so you need to get your wrench in here sideways, and if it's too far to the left, you go into the alternator. If it's too short, you can't get it. So I'm hoping that I can get it, but if not, I'm gonna have to maybe do this another day, because I think I'm gonna have to take I don't want to. I really want to try to do this without taking the alternator off. I hope it's not the only way. So let me just see what happens. If this works, we'll get back to you. Alright, so I got the bolt back from over here. I got it out. What I did is use this. This is a 10 millimeter with like a half-inch extension, about an inch extension. No, it's like a half-inch extension, and it'll get back there. Make sure you keep good pressure facing straight on top of the bolt, because you do not want to strip that. I'm certain of it. Let's see what happens when I pull this off. There's probably gonna be a shit ton of water, but it is what it is. I already spilled everything. So. But this is where the thermostat's supposed to be. So. Holy shit. Damn. Okay, I might have to use 2 hands on this. Give me a second. Alright, as you can see, I got the bolts off. And the problem I'm having now is that the whole housing, this bad boy right here, is stuck. Like, I put my whole life into this car. I was shaking this car like an animal, and still nothing. So I called Pierre with Mercedes. That dude's amazing. If you don't know him, definitely check him out on YouTube. Pierre, he's in Florida. I'll leave a link. And he said, to try to get it open is take a little flathead screwdriver and put it into the crevice and see if you can knock it open. And the other way would be to turn the car on and let the car actually pop the hose off once it pop this housing off once it builds pressure. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to try to take this and lightly tap in between. My concern was that it won't be able to seal again because it's not flat, but there's actually an O-ring that seals it, so you don't have to worry about it. So let's see if I can get this to give up and let me win. Of course, it's the tightest little. There's just no way to get in here good. The positioning of my arm is not conducive. Of course. Probably gonna need, I might need to go back up and get like a longer, see if I have one. Look at that. I don't think I did anything. Nope, did nothing. All right. So I definitely don't want to go here, just right here, because this is where the threads are. I'm trying to get here. He says you only really need to do one side, but going by the threads is not going to be smart. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to run upstairs for the 30th time and try to get. Well, see if I even have, because it needs to be small, a screwdriver. Let's see. Oh, maybe it looks like I might have cracked it open just a little. Let's see if I can yank it out. Nope. Oh, shit. But it does seem to be giving way a little bit. Seems to be the crack opened up a little. So if I maybe just keep going around. Again, the real problem is right now I don't feel like going back upstairs. I just want to get this open. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I have anything with the longer handle that will be the same size anyway, so it's gonna take my time. Nope. Also gonna drop that. Oh, here we go. Had to switch it to lefty, baby. Maybe I do need to remove this screw. Or not. There it is. I'm just gonna let it drain. Fuck that. I lied. Boom. So there's your thermostat. Now, like I said, everything that I was looking at before says the thermostat was here. This is not a thermostat in at least a 88560 SEL. It is on the side. It is harder than you think to get to because that last bolt. And if you have an issue like I just had, that's how you're going to get it done. Thank you, Pierre, for giving that assistance and let me know. I was very scared of breaking this, but, or excuse me, not so much the thermostat, but breaking the area around it. Shit. Let's see. Seal. There we go. Well, there comes all the fluid. Bam. We're gonna have to do a radiator flush anyways. Is what it is. Shouldn't mess up anything. I might rinse it off. Don't really care about it right now. But there you go. This is the Bear. And now he did also tell me, what's good, brother? He also did give me one other piece of advice. He said if the thermostat says something with like a C word, it should say bear or a mal. I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce that. But I got a Borg Warner, and he said these are like repurposed. Essentially, they're just rebranded. So Waller. I have a feeling Waller. Let me see. I'm gonna call him back and see if this is the one that he says don't use. If this is the one he says don't use, I'm just gonna get another one before I even put this in here. But he mentioned this, and I just honestly can't remember if this is the one to use or not. So I'll get back to y'all. Success. I got it in. There it is. It's the new one. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if this one was even bad, but we're about to find out because it's not open, and my car was not warming up. The heat wasn't getting hot, and the engine didn't feel cold itself. But I was suspecting that this would actually be open. I can move the spring. I don't know. Interesting. We're about to find out, though. It could still be the temperature switch right here, the plug, or it could be the gauge itself. But either way, I'm like certain the engine was too cold when I had this in there. So, and then, again, the heat wouldn't come on in the car, like it wouldn't actually heat up. Even after 40 minutes, it would just be warm. So, but back on topic. Now that I got this in, I want to show you. I don't know if I can even. Let's see if I can get the light. The rubber seal needs to be seated in there, and if you can see it, that little. Hold on, let me see. Come on, light. Alright, well, I don't think the light's gonna work. It's a little dead on battery. But if you can see right there, that's the seal. You gotta make sure it gets pushed into this spot and seated. That's what's going to seal this whole unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back together. I'm definitely gonna get this back screw first to get it out the way. Tighten it almost all the way down, and then tighten the back, and there we go. Should be good to go to at least try this and see what is happening. But that's that. That's the thermostat for a 1988 560 SEL. And I'm just gonna button this up and put everything back. Alright, so still dealing with this gauge issue, and this is the temp sending unit. It's the one prong, connects like that. I've taken it off, and supposedly this this should fix my woes. So I went and got a Euro. I know a lot of people don't like these things, but whatever. I wanted to see if right now if this is even the problem. So, and for something like this, I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. It's like a common part, you know what I mean? So but I'm gonna see if I can remove this. Unfortunately, it's behind this bracket right here, which is the two bolts on top. I don't feel like removing those. I'm gonna try to get it with this, but it's not looking good because there's just no angle. But that's what we're about to do. I'm gonna get this off real quick, and I'll get right back to you. Actually, I'm just gonna get it off and replace it. It's pretty easy. I mean, you literally screw. There's a washer, a crush washer, and that's it. You just replace it. I'm gonna put it back on and see if we can get some correct readings with the temperature gauge for the coolant. Alright, got everything back in. Took all of 5 minutes. You do need to remove this, or at least I did. It made it a lot easier. You don't lose any coolant out of taking these two screws out. You do lose like a tiny bit when you take this out. And then just put your you gotta take this one off too, the top of this, and as well as top of this, obviously, and then just put it back on. Good to go. Well, let's see if it works. Let me go get the other one off the top. That's probably smart. And while we're getting the other one off the top, this is loose. Take a quick look at it, see how absolutely disgusting it was. And this is probably my problem. So let's see if that temp gauge works. I'm almost certain it works already because unlike last time, if you see it, it's starting at a lower position where it should, and I thought it should start, versus being higher up, like a little bit past 40, almost like, I don't even know how you read this, what number that is, but like 45, 50, I guess. But I'm just gonna let it warm up for a couple minutes and then get right back. Also gotta fix this. I don't know what's going on with that. But see you in a minute. All right, guys, that was it. I'm happy to report temp gauge problem solved. Now, my gas might run out before I can even finish this test, so I might turn the car off and whatever, go back inside for now. But that was the problem. I had taken out the dash or the instrument cluster like seemingly 50 times to check the back, the connections, clean the ground and the ground strip. It just no change, no nothing. So maybe if this is your problem, or you have the problem where this is not reading, like many others have said and suggested, could be the sending unit. It's about 23 bucks. Actually, I think this is only 10. Again, I got the cheap one because I feel like this type of part kind of doesn't matter. It's kind of like sugar, right? Sometimes, I mean, sugar is just sugar at some point. But anyway, at least for $10, they'll let me know that that is the problem and which that is in my vehicle. But that's down. Now we can move on to like getting this car on the road and actually driving. I have a flat tire to fix and get some new tires in alignment and should be able to drive. But you know, it's a progress. But right now, one finally down. So happy to move on to the next one and push this damn instrument cluster back in and let it be there. But everything is looking good. LEDs, instrument cluster is working good. I bought another one of these, the outside temperature gauge. Now I gotta figure out how to, I don't know, get it to work. We got the gauge for the temp fixed right now, and we got LED headlights, which are way better and brighter than stock. Also Euro lights. But you know what I mean, like through the cars over years, I always used to try to do stupid stuff first, try to get a radio before you can get the thing going. I've learned like you just need to get things going first, you know what I mean? Get it riding, get it going, and then you'll be so much happier that you'll be in a car that works versus having a sound system or having it look good and it's parked all day. So that's the approach to the way I do things these days, from getting a lot of just sheer experience and failure. But right now everything's working good so far, and I've been able to complete a good few things that I would like to complete at this point. And like I said, on to the next one. Y'all have a good night, good day, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Stay safe, stay healthy.